Hey everybody, it's Charlie and Nathan from Daily Motor. Today we've got the live drive of the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport. I spent the first week or part of this week thinking it was just Atlas Cross, because that would just make more sense to me. And we have a Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross this week as well, so I was like, oh, Atlas Cross, Eclipse Cross. But no, it's the Cross Sport. So don't forget that it is both sporty and cross. So we're gonna spend the next hour or so going around the car, checking it out, taking it for a drive, answering your questions, most importantly. We got Alyssa behind the camera right now. She's gonna be responding to your chats here in a few minutes as we do a little walk around, let you all trickle into the chat. So be sure to say hello if you're in, and let us know what you think about this mid-size SUV. Not very creative with the color name. I believe it's called Pure Gray or something gray. I know the word gray is in it. It's just kind of like very gray or something. I actually kind of like it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like the color too.
It's a really nice modern gray.
I was just going to say that. Modern gray.
It is kind of a modern look overall. One thing I do think is a little strange with the looks, and we'll see if you guys agree as well. It looks very large and bold in the front. Like very big headlight, strong angles and everything. So it looks like almost larger than itself in the front, and then it kind of tapers off in the back. And it's just kind of a weird combo of like a soccer mom who wants to look aggressive and then classy.
Look at how big the wheel arches are too.
Yeah.
Flare
They flare outward. Big wheels. I mean, these gotta be 20s.
It's like it's got a very big body, but a very small head.
Yeah. What are these? Yep. 20-inch wheels. Still 50 sidewall though. Pretty good.
One thing I like is these headlights are the IQ light.
Yeah, those are very good lights.
I don't know what that means. It's smart or it's dumb because it says IQ light. So does that mean it only has one IQ?
It's light on IQ.
Light on IQ.
I do like the LEDs, and I honestly like the grille too. I think it's a good use of chrome, and yeah, overall, fairly attractive package.
It's a car that looks good with chrome.
Yeah.
Although I can't help thinking it would look better with brushed silver.
Yeah, actually that would look pretty good too. You're right.
Match the wheels.
I was actually on one of the very first drives for this car.
Oh, wow.
I drove camouflaged ones back before they were actually released. Because for those of you who are not in the know, this is just a 2-row version of the Volkswagen Atlas, which is their largest SUV. 3-row, been doing very well. So they're kind of like, well, let's make a little bit of a cooler version, the sloped off roof. Around this way. Other than that, I mean, it's another one of these many mid-size crossovers that have been hitting the market. This one also comes in a few different flavors of powertrain. So you've got a 2-liter turbo option and front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive option, and this 3.6-liter V6. So naturally aspirated 4-wheel drive is what 4Motion means. It's Volkswagen's 4-wheel drive. And yeah, we're rocking top trim SEL Premium V6. We'll talk about that when we get on the road, the kind of naturally aspirated V6 versus 2-liter turbo.
You know what I just noticed? This has to be the worst example ever of fake exhaust.
Yeah.
It doesn't even do anything.
Wow.
You can't even see the exhaust even if you get down low. It's just hidden up in there somewhere.
How do you guys feel about that in the comments? Another thing we should note, it is about to storm today. So if we look kind of that direction, fairly dark sky, lots of wind. It is keeping us cool a little bit.
It is.
But yeah, it is. It's probably going to rain on us. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Also,
but we did bring the GoPro windscreen, so hopefully you're not getting too bad.
Also, because of how windy it is, I want you two to both be very cognizant of when you turn your head, the wind takes away the sound from your voice, so people might not be able to hear you. So Nathan, be very loud.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's not inspiring.
What is that?
It's when you push on the badge.
Volkswagen build quality.
I don't know if you can hear that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was looking for is, you know how in like the Golf you push this and that's how you open the trunk?
No, very conventional here.
That's okay.
Fast opening though.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really huge.
That's kind of small.
What? That's kind of small.
Compared to the Ford Edge.
Well, this is a pretty direct competitor to the Edge, and I think it's, you're right, it's not quite as deep as the Edge, but it is very wide, although it's kind of tall too.
It is actually really quite tall.
If you take a look at Alyssa, someone who'd probably be like a Target buyer, you're lifting bags of cat food up into the back or something.
Or dog food.
You'd have to lift up above your hips to get things in there.
Well, the cart is here, so might not be lifting all the way from down here. Unless I'm at Home Depot and I've got one of those flat loading.
Or it's underneath the cart.
Or it's underneath the cart.
Yeah.
You can even fit 3 rows of seats in here. Holy cow.
Well, that's because of the slopiness. Slope.
Oh yeah.
And another small annoyance of mine, you can't fold the seats from back here. You have to walk all the way up to the front, to the second row to do it.
So even with this small of a load floor, or boot space.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's no, you can't even like reach right here. There's nothing there. You have to go up and do it. So who do we got in the comments, Liz?
We have Poria Signal saying hi. And
Hello.
Thumbs up. Miran says hello.
Hey, Miran.
As does Joey and Cryptonix.
Shout out to the members.
Pittsburgh Man is here as well.
Cool.
Aiden Graham says hi, Charlie.
Oh, hey, Aiden. Aiden's the one who just bought our Rift yesterday. The
Really?
Oculus. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Really cool. Very cool. Says hi, Charlie. What a coincidence. My wife and I just bought an Atlas Cross Sport 3 days ago.
Oh, it must be a different Aiden then. That's funny. Well, cool. How do you guys like it so far?
Ron says it looks like a darker Nardo gray.
It does. Yeah.
Cryptonix does like the color. Lucy is saying hello, Nathan.
Hello, Lucy.
And the Pittsburgh Man says could get slapped by that trunk opening.
Ah, yeah, you're right. It could come up and hit you. I wonder if it's got the kick feature. Let's see.
Usually a little arrow.
Why do you gotta do it?
Any of us can do it. You're not as familiar with where they... A lot of times when cars have hitches, they lose that feature. Although the Edge has both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I also just hit my leg on that. It hurt a little bit. Yas says Ola.
Oh, it's Yas too.
Let's do a little test. See how much resistance you can put into this before it bounces back. Wow, that was none at all.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. So if you were to get a little kid's arm stuck in there or something, might survive.
Definitely survive.
It didn't go all the way back up either.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
I wonder if this has the feature where if you hold that down,
You can program how far up it goes. Yeah, a lot of different manufacturers do that differently. Sometimes it needs to be down first, sometimes it needs to be up first, sometimes there's a special mode. Yeah, what do you all think about the slopey SUV trend? I am not a huge fan of it. I think I would rather just have more function over form, but that's just me generally. I know some people like it.
see the color of these roof rails.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a little more brushed.
Yeah, that's
it's like
very
that on the front too.
It's like
actually.
steel.
You missed it.
Yeah, the front of what? Oh, like down underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's plastic, whereas this is like actually metal. Yeah.
Aiden says, I don't mind it. I won't be driving it much, but his wife loves it.
Ah, well, you know, sometimes that's the most important.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, we're already gonna look at the trunk.
Engine. Yep.
Just the front trunk.
You're just used to having a trunk up there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I know, look at how low it sits in there.
That's because this is pretty much the same thing as an Urus and a RSQ8, so they need a lot of room for the V8.
Yeah, whereas a little 3.6 V6 slits right down in there, no problem.
3.6 V6.
3.6 V6, yep. VW V6. It's very straightforward.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Man says you're preparing to have your future kids' arms stuck in the trunk.
Hey, I've shut my fingers in the door multiple times when I was a kid.
Yeah, it does happen. Singular hood strut. Remember just the other night I was saying it's nice that the Edge has 2 hood struts?
Yeah.
Only one. Cost savings.
One thing I noticed when I opened the hood, watch how much this shakes in so many different random ways when I unlatch it.
I heard what you said. Oh.
Yeah, it does vibrate quite a bit.
Definitely not going to miss it if it's open when you're going down the highway.
Yeah, seriously. Cool, well, let's head on in. We'll have Nathan and Alyssa get in the back seat. Okay. That is one thing where the Atlas Cross shines, is there's a lot of back seat room. So as you can see, Nathan is 5'10", plenty of knee room, plenty of headroom.
Lots of room.
Arm room as well. Same with Alyssa. Also, this thing loves to beep with the door open. Plenty of room back there as well. And with the stuff, cup holder.
There's a ton of leg room.
Although they're pretty large cup holders and that bottle is not held in there whatsoever. So if we were to take a hard corner or an emergency brake, that would go flying.
Well,
Also, 60-40 split seats with no center fold. So if you had, like, say these two wanted to ride back there and you had some skis that you wanted to send along, that's not going to happen. So if Nathan folds down the seat...
Oh, sorry. That's going to... No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I was wondering if it could come out.
Oh, wow.
That is very flat.
That is very flat.
Very flat, very large. So plenty of cargo space when that's folded down, but you can't fold 20-40 like you can in a lot of other cars. So it's weird. In some ways it's very cargo sensitive, in other ways it's not. Comfortable?
Yeah.
You can actually recline the seat a ton. I don't know if you've tried that yet.
No, I cannot.
Oh, it locks into place too.
It's quite reclined for a back seat.
Oh.
Yeah. See the difference?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I do see the difference. That's actually nice.
Right. Yep.
Sit back here with a neck pillow. I could go for a couple hours.
Definitely. And as Nathan pointed out earlier, you've got little shades that cover up the entire window. So if you've got
Even
kids,
this little part back here.
yeah, kids that you want to block out the sun for, or anything like that, or if you guys want to get into some nefarious activities in the back, fake taxi style, you know, you can do that. And you got handles and the lights.
And heated seats.
And heated seats.
Pretty nice.
Comments?
Yes, Joey Finley's asking if this has Fender audio.
It sure does, Joey. We got the 12-speaker Fender audio system. I reviewed it earlier today and I gave it a B, but kind of a B-.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Easy Cuts 1 Richie says VW is a very good car. Really love the interior. And Joey also says he really likes the two-tone seat color.
I do too. We haven't quite mentioned that yet, but pretty neat color combo.
What is it called again?
Maroon, I'm pretty sure.
Something like that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
burgundy, one of the two.
I actually think it's burgundy.
Probably burgundy.
Yeah.
Yep. Burgundy and black.
Yep.
And white cross stitching as well.
Really pretty.
Yeah, neat.
The Pittsburgh Man says he likes more boxy SUVs.
Yeah, that seems pretty on brand for Pittsburgh Man.
Yeah.
Neat. Nathan, you want to come on up front? We'll let Lissa start in the back and then we'll
Sure.
switch. We do have a donation goal today. If we get to, I know it's a little steep, but $20 total donation, we will take this thing off-road because we do have an off-road mode.
And don't forget, it's probably going to be muddy.
Yeah, and if it starts raining, it will get muddy. So, $20 total, or just $10 in the Cash App, because Cash App donations count as double. But for every donation we get, we will do a launch, and we'll probably put Nathan and Alyssa behind the wheel at various points as well to get their thoughts.
This is the hardest seat ever.
I actually thought it was pretty comfy.
You sat on a
Like-
lot of hard things.
Like, not that it's like uncomfortable necessarily, but it's just like the first thing I've noticed, especially sitting on like this bolstering.
Alyssa noticed that too when she got in earlier today.
Oh, the bolstering itself is really hard. Yeah. And I'm like short and this is a taller car and the seats are so high, like getting into it and getting into the seat itself was actually kind of difficult.
Should we see if these kids need a ride? What sort of, where would she be walking them to? This is not close to any residential area.
Maybe they got dropped off from school there.
But still, where would they be going to? Do you want to ask them, Charles?
No, because we couldn't fit them all.
I'm not being serious.
Oh, plus she's ugly, so.
Good Lord, we're live. This isn't Friday.
What, you think she's a subscriber?
Yeah.
Clearly not watching.
I hope she's watching something, considering she's got 2 kids with her.
Yeah, Weight Watchers.
All right, let's see how
Okay,
loud these
let's-
are. Not too bad.
Pretty quiet for cold seats.
But do they work well? Sometimes they're loud and they work well,
Mm-hmm.
or they're quiet and they don't really work that well. The best ones are the ones that are quiet yet still work well.
Yes. Please switch on the lights. Okay, I will do that for you, Volkswagen. It's a nice feature to have that it says please switch on the lights when it starts to get dark so that you don't accidentally drive and not have your lights on.
I got onto the road the other day from pulling out of a gas station, or no, it was like the other week, and it was completely dark out at night. And I got going, I'm like, man, why is it so dark out? I can't see a thing. And I realized my gauges were really bright, so my lights were off. I was like, whoops.
If only your car had automatic headlights that you could use.
Oh, it does, but they don't work well.
So pretty much this and the Hondas are kind of the only cars you're getting these days in this class that you can get a naturally aspirated V6 as opposed to like a 2-liter turbo or a 2.5-liter turbo. I guess the Durango is another one that you can still get the Pentastar. But Explorer, you're getting a turbocharged. Is it a 6 or a 4 in the Explorer? It's a 4, right?
4, unless you get the ST.
Right. So Turbo 4 in the Explorer, Turbo 4 in the Mazda, Turbo 4... Actually, I don't know what you're getting in the Sorento these days. So, you kind of... There's some pros and cons to both. The turbo motors are going to make a lot more torque and make for smoother around town type driving, but when you ring them out, it's not going to be as satisfying. Also, quick shout out before we do comments. Our test loop is opened back up.
Yay!
With some new asphalt, so we get to test it out.
Brand new.
Yep.
Brand new.
What's going on, listeners?
Lucy says she likes my glasses. Thank you, Lucy. I forgot to order contacts. So I've been wearing my glasses for about a week. Alright. Miran says, surprisingly it looks easy to change the spark plugs, especially in a V6. For those that don't know, Nissan and Chrysler has the worst intake manifold design, and they should learn from VW.
Interesting. Good to know.
Joshua John is in the chat.
Hey, Joshua
Oh,
John.
wow. It's
That's
new.
nice. Yeah.
Oh god.
Do you think it's grippier or not as grippy? The new Tarman.
I think it's got to be grippier.
It sounded creepy.
That is slow.
I know. I was full throttle that whole time.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not even think you were full throttle. That's
Yeah.
how slow it is.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we do all drive very fast vehicles, especially you two with the Tesla with the instant torque.
Yeah, but this definitely is slow, which is surprising. I mean, it's the V6,
But so when we drive a really slow car, it really hits us like,
Yeah,
wow,
you're right.
this is slow.
Yep. Sorry, let's continue.
No, that's okay. Joey is curious to see if its off-road capability is decent. He's not expecting much.
Is that saying that he did just donate $10? Thank you very much.
Nice.
Joey.
Very
Cool.
sweet. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that, man. That'll pay for our gas. So we'll start off with a quick launcher when we're over there. The one thing I will say, it's possible that our signal will drop on the off-road circuit. So we'll take it nice and slow, and if it does drop, we'll turn around as quickly as we can and get back.
Cool.
Frank says the interior is nice and clean and simple.
Is that Mr. Ducks?
Yes, it is.
Neat. Glad to have you on. And yeah, I was saying this to Nathan and Alyssa earlier, this is one of those cars that I didn't expect to like, and it's actually kind of grown on me throughout driving it.
That's pretty cool.
The interior is nice and straightforward. It's very functional. This infotainment is much better than the ID4 and the Golf's infotainment. I mean, you got a nice volume knob. The screen works really well. You can even go swipey swipe to do certain things.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that. Gesture controls.
Ooh. Can't see much.
What else? The gauge cluster works nicely. Steering's very light. The transmission's a little wonky. It's a little aggressive right off of throttle, and then it kind of just is smooth after that. But I love this giant center thing, which I know you guys can't see in, but like it's really large. There you go. Big glove box. Lots of good practical storage. Wireless charging, wireless Android Auto, wireless CarPlay.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Cadillac that's stopping at the roundabout for no reason. So yeah, there's just been a lot that I expected to not like about this car, and it has actually come together for a good package.
Pretty sweet. Cool. Joshua John says the Toyota Highlander can be had with a 3.5 V6
Right.
with the XSE and up trims.
You're right, the Highlander I would probably take over this. I think this looks better than the Highlander, both inside and out.
Right.
But for, pound for pound, if they cost the same, I'm going with the Highlander.
The Pittsburgh Man is also mentioning the Sorento
Yeah,
with a 2.5 4-cylinder.
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
The other one is the new Nissan Pathfinder. I haven't driven that yet, but it looks cool, and I've heard good things. So
Nice. Cool.
yeah, this is a very heavy class, and that's why it's surprising that Ford has just been resting on its laurels with the Edge, because the Edge is huge in this class, and it really hasn't done much with the Edge in a long time.
The only thing they've done is put the giant screen in the middle.
Right, which arguably made it worse.
Really?
It's not my preferred infotainment. Yeah, I like Sync 3 and Sync 4 better.
William Lee is asking if you know the size difference between this and the Tiguan.
This is the next class up. So Tiguan's what they call a compact SUV. You're dealing with more the Hyundai Tucson, Ford Escape, Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, that class. This is next step up. So Ford Edge, Honda Passport, Toyota Highlander.
Would you call the Tiguan like a subcompact or compact SUV?
Compact.
Compact.
Yep, and this is midsize.
I thought it was $20 for off-road.
Cash App counts double.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was on Cash App.
Yeah, it was.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joey.
Oh, heaven forbid we drive off-road without being in off-road mode. So we had to switch our little mode selector. We've got two options. We have off-road auto and off-road custom. As you can see, with auto,
Wow.
the dirt hits here, and in custom, the dirt hits a little bit further back in the car. That's the difference. What you can adjust is hill descent control, hill start assist, all-wheel drive system, steering, drivetrain, adaptive cruise control. I don't know why you need that going off-road.
Climate control.
Climate control. I don't know why they're... Oh, eco. Light assist. It's interesting that there's an off-road light assist. Do you think it maybe like goes up and down a little easier?
Maybe.
Try it.
I don't think we're gonna notice it, but we're in it. So
Okay.
now we can safely go
Wait,
off-road.
steering. Normal or sport?
Probably don't want sport steering. Oh, and for your safety, this menu is now open.
It's a lot of... Sounds like some very bad middle school orchestra going on underneath the car.
It does sound quite bad.
There's obviously no skid plates or anything, no protective.
Just getting a nice
paneling.
underbody cleaning. Brushing.
Hope this car doesn't have allergies.
So what ghetto things do we see on the off-road section today?
That is a couch that's practically on the track.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like an old bed frame.
There's some glass over there and a mirror.
Okay.
Be careful not to run over that.
Hey, look, a little kid four-wheeler thing.
Really? Like an electric one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna scratch up this gray paint.
Oh dear.
So far, we are managing quite well. Although I must say, I think Nathan, you've made it through this on your moped before.
Yes.
And what is your moped again?
It's a Tau 50.
Right.
Is it technically a pony? Is
Yeah,
that
it's
the
a
name?
pony. There's like 10 different
Taus.
Yeah, just mopeds they have.
I'll let Nathan do a little bit of the filming so you guys can get a little bit more of a front view, and then we'll come back through this and do outside.
Great. Aiden says if you want a faster Atlas, believe it or not, when we test drove the 2.0T, it was faster to 60.
I actually believe that. Yeah, I do.
How is the overall material and build quality
Oh, wow, look at
compared
that.
to rivals?
I think it's middle range build quality. Some things are really solid, some things are a little questionable, but I will say this feels much nicer in here than the cheaper Volkswagen products like the Jetta and the new Golf and the Taos. I mean, everything is decently solid. It really is. I mean, look at that. There's no vibrating of that whatsoever. It's a very solid
Yeah, that is
interior.
pretty solid.
I can't find how you turn the traction control off. You may not have like an easy traction control off feature. Car settings. Ah, there we go. ESC off. Are you sure? Yes. Cool.
It even makes a sound.
Mm-hmm.
What does ESC stand for?
Electronic stability control.
Okay.
It honestly has a pretty decent suspension.
Oh, oh God.
Charles! We broke it!
See?
This got a very good suspension.
I'm surprised Nathan's nose isn't broken. I have absolutely nothing to hold on.
I would like you to do that again, but from filming it from the outside, because that was probably hilarious.
Yeah, let me get out.
And our signal's still pretty good. Hey.
Awesome.
All right, where should we let you guys out?
Kind of back where you hit all those bumps.
Oh, there's some more trash in there too. Man, why do people litter? That's so mean.
Some people suck.
Some people do suck.
Some people suck.
Sometimes people suck. There we go.
You guys need this camera.
All right. All right. Oh boy. To get out of the...
Yeah.
That was a lot of scraping.
We heard you.
Looks like off-road mode works. It is off-road.
Yeah. All right.
Hop
Are you
in.
done?
Yep.
I have a lot of comments.
All right, cool. Shout out again to Joey Finley, our top member. I think he's our only Daily Motor activist.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. I'll have to explore it
Looks like
sometime.
Yeah.
they burnt a lot. That's where we got our red buds.
No, it's actually right over there.
Oh.
Yep.
Red buds.
Trees.
Oh.
Yep. Alyssa and I
Oh.
stole trees.
We stole trees. I'm proud to admit it.
Tree thieves.
Right. Joey says the engine sounds pretty good for what it is. I was extremely excited for this car's release. I feel like it was definitely the perfect in-between for the in-between the Tiguan and the Atlas.
I agree, but it is a little large. But I mean, people would rather have larger than smaller, so I get it.
Fair. Yep. Unicorn Sadness. I love that name. Is wondering what the ride quality is like.
I honestly think it's pretty good.
It is pretty nice.
Yeah.
I would say so too. From the back seat, it's fine.
Over some of the off-road stuff, though, it's
Charlie
definitely
was
not.
being ridiculous.
It's not an off-road
Yeah.
car at all.
If you lived on a dirt road with hills and potholes, it would be perfect.
Yep. Yeah, because this section is taken quite well.
Yeah, this is super nice. Very, very solid, very smooth.
Although I would say if you had to deal with potholes, the Ford Edge from 2016 with those really weirdly thick tires on the SEL, that's perfect.
Do you think people are cross-shopping 2016 Edges and 2021
I don't think
Atlas
so.
Crosses?
No, but that particular model, I've always been impressed with the tire thickness, especially since all those automakers were starting to go towards those really stupidly thin tires on
Right.
massive rims.
Well, they still are, and I'm glad that they actually still have 50 aspect ratio tires on this. That's impressive. Really, or, yeah, aspect ratio, or whatever.
Say hi to Lucy again, Nathan.
Hi, Lucy.
Frank Duck says Charlie is driving like a bank robber.
The thing looks like it would be.
It kind of does look
Yeah.
like robbery, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can turn the trackers. I'll let you keep going, Liz, but
Yep.
I'm gonna turn the...
Someone also asked
You can
a
show this
question
while I'm
about
doing it.
how to turn something off. Where's the off-road mode where the dirt hits Nathan?
Is that Pittsburgh Man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I didn't want sport. I wanted it all the way off.
Yeah, says I hope VWPR isn't watching.
Well, you know, hey, they were showing their car surviving. Now, it would be one thing if we broke it. But
They'd
it
be
didn't
like,
break.
"Guys, why?"
Speed.
They may never get another VW.
Yeah.
SF Tech says, "Hey Charlie, I don't see your Model Y tire test video with 18-inch wheels. Are you going to upload them soon?"
That's because we still haven't shot all of it. We've got another call with Continental later this week, and I actually did a video with the Topher regarding the wheels. Actually, we're gonna go this way. 18-inch wheels. And we're gonna do our wrap up. We wanted to kind of drive the car longer with the 18s and the 19s, go back and forth a few times. So we've got over 1,000 miles now with the 18s and like 600 miles or so with the 19s. And I'm gonna shoot the wrap up video later on this week. But we are gonna stick with the 18s. You can notice a difference between them definitely, but efficiency's been about the same. We just prefer the ride quality and steering feel of the 18s.
I really like the 18s.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna check real fast and see if the windows are double paned.
Yeah.
They are not.
Huh,
which I can
surprising because I thought it was pretty quiet.
Yeah. Well, when you stick your head kind of close, you can hear a bit of excess wind noise.
Okay. Huh.
Joey Finley says it would be fun to try out the Atlas Cross Sport that Jamie Orr did with VW. I'm sure that Golf R engine in it is a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. And Miran says 2 weeks ago I went to a dirt road similar to that one and found 2 stolen 2012 Silverados, and it was creepy because I stopped to check if they have plates, and 2 guys out of nowhere started to run towards me. Miran, you get into some crazy stuff, man.
Wow. I hope you weren't on your Grom, Miran.
He still would probably be able to. Oh, look, an edge.
That's funny. Well, I'm glad you didn't die, Miran.
Yeah, seriously. Who else would consistently watch all of our live drives?
How do you know they were 2012s? Did you look at the VIN?
You can just kind of tell.
Specifically that year, though?
They didn't
Maybe
make them for that
2012 was
long.
very distinct
Maybe.
for Silverados.
What else?
The Story of India says, can you give a shout out to me?
Shout out to Story of India. Hopefully they don't have like really awful things on their channel. It's like the PewDiePie stories where like PewDiePie will shout out like a channel he thought was cool or whatever, and then like people find out that 8 years ago they uploaded videos about like pro-Nazism and stuff, and PewDie's like, guys, I didn't know.
Shout out to Story of India if you're nice.
Alright.
We don't want mean men like Hank.
Mean. Where has he been?
I don't know, maybe he was too
Nice guy.
mean and left for good.
The Pittsburgh Man says you're turning into Lightning McQueen. He is speed.
I am speed. I am death.
Cool. And the Pittsburgh Man donated $2 Canadian.
Hey, thanks Pittsburgh Man. We appreciate that.
And he says maybe some smoke on the tires.
Yeah, we can do an outside. We can try. I don't know if we'll be able to burn this thing out, but we'll give it an attempt.
It smells horrible.
Does it? Oh, that's not the car. Yeah, we film fairly close to a waste treatment center, and sometimes depending on how the wind goes, we smell the waste treatment. I'm good, thank you. So we are currently smelling waste treatment, but that doesn't take away for you guys looking at the Atlas Cross. The color of the Atlas is almost the same color as the sky.
I actually really like this gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think metallic grays are really going out of style because everyone is going towards this chalk paint matte finish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
really pretty. The Story of India said, loved your Mazda review, and he's gonna buy one this winter.
Nice. Did he say which Mazda?
Nope, Mazda 3.
Ah, cool. Yeah, well, I like the Mazda 3. It's a good car. I hope you enjoy it.
Sweet.
Are we caught up?
We are caught up.
Sweet. So yeah, we pretty much unanimously agree the Atlas Cross Sport looks pretty neat. I do agree with Nathan though that while this chrome is decent, if they did a brushed chrome or maybe like a black or something, that would probably look really neat.
I like it.
That just allows them to do special editions in the future though.
I like it. This is that kind of like,
Yeah.
that brushed look right there.
Another thing that's kind of cool about a car is when it doesn't really look bad from any angle.
Yeah.
You see how like either head on, 3/4, side view, like it all looks good. And Nathan has pointed out earlier that this is the similar, if not the same platform that the Volkswagen Auto Group uses for a lot of cars. So we have this, and then we have the Audi Q8, then we have the Porsche Cayenne, what do they call their?
Cross.
Cayenne Cross? Is that, yeah, Cayenne Cross. And then you have the
Urus.
Lamborghini Urus. Is the Bentayga on this too?
I'd be surprised since the Bentega's big, like really big. Yeah.
Someone can tell us in the chat. But it's a very heavily used platform, but it works, honestly. I mean, I don't think outside of like us, we would know. I don't think Alyssa would drive by a Lamborghini Urus and go, wow, that looks a lot like an Atlas Cross Sport, you know? Yeah. So
not a chance.
You would, but like most people would know is what I mean, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Miran said I was in the GLS looking for land and for his friend, and he ran the plates and found out it was a 2012.
Ah, nice.
How are you able to run the plates?
Dude, Miran's probably got connects, man.
That's like cop stuff.
Or he just pays like the $5 on Google and finds out.
Oh, I didn't know. Man, Google offers that? That's cool. Okay. Joey says the gray with the R-line finish looks great. And Aiden does agree that the R-line looks much better.
Yes, probably
DCR
does.
Gamer says, hello, how are you guys?
Hey, DCR Gamer.
Hello.
Who's the guy that's always been tuning in right at the end of our drives lately?
Yes.
No.
No, it was,
I know.
Was it Audi Fanboy?
No. That was like maybe 15, 20 minutes before. There was one guy that was PS1 Hagrid.
Ah, PS1 Hagrid. Gotcha.
I remember you guys. And Frank Duck says an Arteon wagon would look much cooler.
Arteon wagon would be awesome. Yeah. I forgot about the Arteon.
Wagons you just really can't go wrong with.
Right.
I really wish every company would start making wagons again.
Yeah. Agreed.
Volvo wagons are cool.
Fusion wagon, Taurus wagon, Focus wagon.
Yep. Alyssa, would you like front seat or back seat with Nathan driving?
Nathan driving? Back seat.
Okay.
All right.
Save my seat setting. What? I do really like the solidness of the door handle. I know it sounds subtle, but it's very good to grab onto, and then it's just a very solid thunk. I'm of the opinion that everything you touch regularly in your vehicle should feel good. So door handles, shifters, blinker switches, those should be like the main good touch points.
Seatbelt hooks.
Seatbelt, yep, that's another good.
How do I save the seat?
I don't know, there's like a set button down there, so maybe hold that or press that.
Oh, do you want me to hold that?
I can swap off with you.
Great. I'll take care of comments. And Joshua John says y'all should do a live meet and greet with your subscribers at some point. That would be really cool.
That would be really cool. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, it's a good idea.
And Joey says the Arteon shooting brake in Europe is so neat. Wish we got it here.
Agreed. I think you got it. That sounds like a good noise. All right, so we'll get Nathan's thoughts on the Atlas Cross Sport.
I like the driving position.
I do too. What you giggling at?
The Pittsburgh Man says this is really Alyssa's show with her guest host Charlie and sometimes Nathan.
I like the way the steering feels.
Isn't it really light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to like hold on to something. And Cryptonix thinks the wheels look really great.
I agree. Pretty good wheels too.
Pretty cool.
That 4Runner kind of looks neat.
I like the blue on that.
Yeah, I like the blue on that too. Shout out to the red seats in here, the maroon or burgundy or whatever.
Yeah, it's getting kind of dark.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cloud coverage right now.
Even with this panoramic sunroof.
I do like that. It's pretty, and it's nicely tinted too.
Yes.
I see what you mean about the transmission, how it just takes off like that.
Right, and there are a few different normal drive modes. There's Eco, Normal, and Sport. Eco helps it a bit, but then it really feels like a dog, and if you're in Sport, it's way too jumpy.
Huh.
And yes, you turn for off-road modes, and you press for drive modes, which is kind of confusing.
Damn
it. So you gotta switch to normal. Rotate to normal. There you go. And then you get those.
Alright, let's try Eco. And it puts up an E in the thing.
E.
That would make me think I'm on empty.
Also, we can't forget to do a burnout or a launch for
the Pittsburgh Man.
Pittsburgh Man. Yep. So we'll do that in a minute. Here, we'll let Nathan do it.
Yeah, I like the way it feels in Eco mode.
Aiden says the Bentayga is on the same platform as the Audi Q7.
Bentayga. But yeah, that makes sense.
The Bentayga. Bentayga. Sorry, guys.
Beep.
That's terrible.
I know. Well, one of the gears is just too long. I think it's third gear. You put your foot down, even through the kick down button, and it just doesn't do anything. Like, put your foot down right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, you want power? Here's a little bit.
Be responsible with that.
Yeah. That was like 3/4 of throttle and it just didn't do anything.
Yeah. And you're in S mode.
How heavy is this? Does that affect it, or is it just really?
It is heavy for this motor, but it's a lot of things. You could fix that by gearing. You could fix it with more power in the engine. You could, lighter weight. It's a lot of different factors.
Got it. The Pittsburgh Man is not a fan of red seats.
What?
He thinks that they get really irritating after a while.
Huh. Well, to each his and her own, but I don't know.
I think these are nice.
I think it's neat.
I just think they're neat.
And if you're gonna kill people in it, then you don't have to worry about bloodstains as much.
No, they've got science for that. They can see it glowing.
Well, at least upon initial inspection.
I want to go down to 40 miles an hour.
Then you're gonna hit it.
40.
That's a decent downshift, but still.
I could see this being really tense in some particular traffic situations, like on the highway.
Yeah.
It's also really loud right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking for
That truck's like, what in the world?
it.
It does sound neat though.
Yeah.
It's not quite as good as the Honda motor, but it's decent.
Handles pretty decently.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
Actually, don't go this way because of the signal.
is this a 7-speed DCT or torque converter automatic?
I'm 99% sure it's a torque converter. I'm just looking up how many speeds. I think it's an 8-speed. Quote me. 8-speed automatic. Boom.
Joey says, if I was getting red seats, I feel like I would rather get it in something like an S4, not a family SUV.
That's fair. Volkswagen's just trying to make even the family man feel sporty. Just take a right, and then we'll, Alyssa and I'll hop out and have you do a launch.
Okay.
Cool.
Here, let's go down a bit because there's a security guy sitting in the booth up there, and I don't
That's
want to.
fine.
He probably watches all of them.
He's watching right now.
The story of India is asking if you will tell everyone about the music system and do a little review.
Yep, already shot it. I gave it a B minus, but B. And it's decent. It's a 12-speaker Fender. The weird thing is that there's only one speaker up front. The rest of them are on the side, so the sound stage is very, it's not in front of you like it really should be. So not really an audiophile system, but most people will be satisfied with it.
By audiophile, do you mean like
People who really care about audio.
Like
who are
pedophile.
All right, ready?
Pedophiles for music, yes.
Oh yeah, we should get out?
Yeah.
If someone comes, then you can just go and come back. First, let's get ESC off. I guess you can't do ESC off. Go into off-road mode, then you can.
Then I can get sport mode.
I feel like ESC off is more important than sport mode.
So all-wheel drive.
I think so. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Don't forget us.
All right.
Hold this, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even from here, it looks slow. I've never been outside with you for a
Yeah, you
a launch.
haven't. Welcome.
This is
Power
nice.
folding mirrors.
I feel like it's got to. 50 grand? We can check. Who asked that?
We'll check. The Pittsburgh Man.
We'll check, Pitty.
Pippy.
Mr. Pitt. Where would he
Lucy
be?
wants to donate $2 to us, but for some reason she cannot.
Aw. Well, thank you, Lucy.
She says it won't let me.
We appreciate your...
It's a thought that counts.
Yes. Maybe we'll give you a launch. Here goes.
So loud. Am I going inside?
Yeah, sure. Mmm, sweet smell of tire smoke.
I was like, you know what? I should do a brake test.
It smells like fireworks.
Also, I like how you're like, I don't want to make noise by the security guy, and then,
You're saying there's a deer.
I gotta say, this thing does look neat. Even like when you're coming by us and stuff.
We're fine. But...
You didn't get any sort of, no, squeal, did you?
Not except for when I was pulling out from that spot and I nailed it, got out a little bit.
Gotcha. So let's head on back, and then we'll get Licerino's behind the wheel. See what she thinks.
Head on back to where?
Where you got in.
Okay.
Or if you want to go to the garage parking lot too. Either one.
Oh boy. Semi.
You got a semi?
They do exist.
Ooh, a Lincoln Aviator. Very nice car. I'd rather have an Aviator.
Very similar car.
Yeah.
Just better. Yeah.
It says on here poor weather lights, and I read it as poor lights.
Poor
like,
weather lights.
No,
Oh, like poor people lights?
Like no, like crappy lights. Poor lights.
Like,
poor weather lights.
We gave it the poor lights.
Yeah. Power folding, heated side mirrors with position memory.
There you go.
Integrated turn signals and passenger side auto tilt function.
Whatever's the first brand that comes up with a power adjustable rear view mirror in the center, I will forever appreciate. Because like in our Tesla, for example, when Alyssa gets in the car, everything changes except for the rear view mirror.
The way I see that is, oh, this is the only thing I have to move.
Oh no, I agree, it's very minimal, but like I just think it'd be so badass for a company to actually have a power adjusting rear mirror.
Might be Tesla.
That would be
It could be Tesla. Elon Musk, if you're watching our live drive right now,
That'd be
if you do that, that would be amazing. Everyone will worship you.
Daddy Elon. W says Ford makes Focus and Fusion wagons. They just don't sell them in the US.
Oh, I know. Don't get Nathan started.
Oh.
Ford makes an amazing portfolio that they just don't bring to literally their home country.
Like the Ford Evos.
Yeah. Or what was that? Don't they make another? The Puma is cool.
And then, well, the SUV in China. What was it?
Yeah.
That purple one you showed me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like a cooler Mach-E.
No, that's the Evos. That's the electric one.
Oh, it's like a cooler Edge then?
No, like a cooler Explorer. It's an Explorer platform, but just... Okay. It's like a Ford Navigator, but better than a Navigator.
Well, also they make the Puma, which is an excellent little car, and yet we get the EcoSport, which is like Indian garbage.
Hello.
Sorry to
Story of India.
Well, Story of India and Bella Dia J, but like it's made in India and the car sucks. So I'm not saying it's because it's made in India. I'm just saying that those two are both facts.
Okay. The Pittsburgh Man, to take you off of your Ford rant.
Thank you.
Says, not gonna lie, the new Pathfinder looks kind of nice, and no CVT, but I refuse to let Nissan draw me in.
Should I do a moose test?
No.
What is that?
Mostly because I don't have my seatbelt on. Well, Pittsburgh Man, we might be getting a long-term Nissan Frontier, and if we do, you're gonna have to start being nice to Nissan, so you might get drawn in after all. Plus, you could get a Nissan Z. You could trade your Stinger in. Something to think about.
Trade the Stinger in on a Nissan Z.
Joey's asking if there's a chance to still request a couple member test songs on the system.
You know what? Just for you, Joey, sure. Oh. If you want to hear this system, I've got the car for... I will literally be driving it for about 10 minutes later, and I will play those songs for you.
That is so nice.
Especially because I have wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, so it's very easy to do title songs on here.
Lucy says, good job, Nathan.
Ooh, I see some lightning.
Joey, just put those up. Don't put them in here. Put them in... I'm trying to think of what video. Comment on the X7 sound test and put them in there.
Cool.
By the way, that brake test I did, it was from like 60 miles an hour.
Nice.
Yep.
That's pretty good. DCR Gamer says they say red seats make you hungry.
What? That's awesome.
Red makes you hungry.
Really?
Yeah, that's why McDonald's is red. Red and yellow.
Well, ask them what makes you thirsty.
Blue.
I'll get some blue interior then.
Yellow.
Lincoln makes blue interior. All right, we'll do a little driver flip-flop.
Ooh, want to do a cool little test I was thinking about earlier?
What? What speed can you put it in shift gear?
No. What?
Okay.
That would be a terrible idea. What speed can I turn the car off with the button?
Oh my god.
Right, 10 miles an hour.
Nice.
Yep, you have to press it twice, as I suspected.
I imagine you can do pretty much any speed if you pressed it twice.
That's terrible.
Or held it, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right.
Turn.
Let's see what the soccer mom-shaped person thinks about the soccer mom mobile. And I will do comments.
Wonderful.
Shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo, does the sport transmission mode shift faster? If it does, it's just barely. Nathan, did you notice if sport shifted faster at all?
No.
Yeah,
Can you toss me my water, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's already so dirty.
Huh.
I hate getting into this car. I don't know why, but like how it is, the bolsters are so high up and they're so like, it like gets me right in the middle and I don't like it.
What do you think this wrench does?
If you need like
does that fix
service.
your car for you?
Volkswagens would need that, wouldn't they? I'll let you do some camera work here while I do comments. Joey Finley, what's one of your favorite modern Volkswagen of the ones you have test driven? The new Tiguan's very good. This is honestly decent.
You like the Taos, right?
I liked the Taos too. Pretty much any SUVs. Volkswagen cars have not been good for me lately, but Volkswagen SUVs have been pretty good. So it's kind of like BMW. Can you do that on 2, Nathan? Just so it's a little bit quieter. Thank you.
These seats get so warm.
The main reason that I don't donate is that I want to donate something big. For example, when I mentioned the Range Rover, I was going to donate it, but it sold for $60,000 in auction.
Wow.
Well, Miran, we need to be more accepting of your casual donations then. Keep thinking.
You want a car?
How about instead of a $60,000 Range Rover, how about 20 Groms? And then Nathan and I will do Grom soccer or Grom polo.
That would be cool.
We'll get 20 of our friends together, just like in Top Gear, and we'll do Grom polo, where we have to ride Groms around and somehow shift and drive and hit balls with a stick into nets.
Maybe just use our feet.
Or maybe we do mopeds, because then at least it'd be automatics.
Either that, or if we just did our like soccer.
Yeah, you're right. Grom soccer.
I mean, imagine going along really fast and just kicking the ball.
All right, Alyssa's got things. But thank you, Miran. We appreciate your support nonetheless.
I like how easy the shifter moves. It's very, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good grab and shift.
It's just like moves easily through all the shifts.
You know, the Ford Endeavor and current Ford Ranger debuted in 2011 for the rest of the world and finally came to US in 2017 with the same styling. Yep, that's classic Ford, putting America last.
The bolsters, can I change these? Can I like deflate them a little bit?
I don't think so, honestly.
Nope.
I don't like them.
Interesting.
There's like not a lot of like arm movement between like where the bolsters start and like where I go to hold the, oh, I didn't adjust this like at all. Maybe that solves it. Never mind, forget it.
Nathan, was it the Ford Equator?
Yes, Ford Equator.
I was DCR Gamer who pointed that out. Also, Lucy says, yay, Alyssa's driving. Pittsburgh Man said, Grom Olympics. And guess who's in the chat, Liz?
PS1 Hagrid.
It sure is. Shout out PS1 Hagrid. We mentioned you earlier. We're like, who was the guy who was just barely made it in time last time? It was PS1 Hagrid.
PS1 Hagrid. Also, this is the highest the seat goes.
And Alyssa can, if you look at Alyssa's, this is her eye level right now.
I do not like it. Oh, lightning.
Ooh, got that on camera.
This is why we like having Alyssa drive sometimes too, is Nathan and I don't notice, excuse me, things that Alyssa does because she's so much shorter.
Also, my heel is not resting on the floor, and I don't want to put my seat any closer, because airbag stuff and breaking my face. Not like that's gonna happen now, but
yeah,
you never know.
It's one of my pet peeves when I'm driving and I see other people that presumably are very short and they have their seat all the way up here and they're like hugging the wheel, and it's like, don't do that. I know you want to, but don't do that.
Don't do them.
I see.
You'll break your face
so
if you
many
crash.
people, no matter what the height is, they'll get so literally their chest up against the steering wheel. It's like you realize if you crash, you're extra dead. I mean, your
Weird.
organs are going to be flattened completely.
So bad.
Blah, blah, blah. PS1 Haggard said we were going to buy one of these last year when my mom's LR4 got totaled, but it's just too expensive, and we settled on a CPO E-Class wagon instead. And I think he made a very good choice.
A wagon sounds good.
Yes. And Pity said one of the only SUVs Alyssa can see over the hood of.
Not even by that much. Not even by that much. There have been other ones, and I really need, I don't remember what ones they are.
Well, you can see over the hood of the Tesla.
That's probably...
It's barely an SUV, but it is an SUV.
Right.
This is one of those paint colors where it blends in with the road.
It does.
Ah.
You're right.
Ron said every time when I ride the Grom, I forget to go to the Ducati dealer to test the Panigale V4R. Miran, how about this? You can gift us a Panigale V4R, and then I'll review the shit out of it, and then I'll send it back to you. And then we can be Panigale V4 brothers. You know, like Eskimo brothers, but like different.
Do I want to ask? I probably shouldn't ask that.
Yeah, if it were a Friday live drive, I'd tell you. But.
Okay. We don't live drive on Friday anymore.
Yeah, we were like, let's do uncensored Friday live drives, and then stopped doing Friday live drives.
Yeah.
We would really love to live drive with you guys on Fridays. We really would. It's just Fridays are tough because there's so much else going on. And honestly, doing 2 live drives a week is tough. I mean, we enjoy doing them, don't get me wrong, but it's like 2 hours of the week that we like, we just got to set aside. And I now saying it out loud, it just sounds lazy, but like...
Charlie is busy all the time, 24/7.
Yeah.
He probably works 70 hours a week on the YouTube channel, so it really is difficult.
Maybe we've got the option, we do member-only stuff, you know, we can do... Liz, do you want to actually drive down to the garage?
Yeah, do you want me to turn around?
Sure. We could maybe do members-only streams. If Nathan wants to get around to doing Twitch streams, we can do those, but it's just tough. Maybe once summer's kind of wrapping up here, we'll have a little bit more time to stream more.
Well, since it'll be darker later, maybe the Twitch...
Right, might be something like that. Or maybe we'll just like hang around the garage and talk about the cars that we have at the time or something, I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
A garage tour. Especially we have some interesting stuff right now.
We do have some interesting stuff at the garage. Blah, 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 blah. Joey Finley, I hope we can see an Audi soon again on the channel. It's a shame they don't come through very often. I know, Joey, and I did ask about A4s again recently. There aren't any. I do think there's a new e-tron GT in the fleet, though, so we'll ask about that. Pittsburgh Man said at this point, Miran's just gonna fly Charlie out. Honestly, yeah.
That could happen.
Well, Alyssa and I will fly out there. Nathan, Alyssa, and I will. Screw it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is warming up to me. Or I do feel like I'm getting used to it. I usually don't like lighter steering, but I really don't hate it in this. I could definitely get used to it. And the really only thing I'm not like 100% about is I just wish I was a little bit, I just want to be like this tall.
You just sit with a pillow on the seat.
Yeah, that could actually help.
But, I mean, we can't excuse cars for having that sort of like cop out, you know?
Yeah, I just would like to be this much taller.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm just...
We are planning on doing a podcast. So, hit us up, hit me up, whatever, with ideas that you might want to see on a podcast. Like, you know, oh, wow, surprise, another car channel doing a podcast. Wow, it's like, I know, I get it. But I want to try, yeah. I want to try it. I think we'd have some interesting things to talk about. And, you know, it's just kind of like our, what was the show? What was the show I did with Chris Brower, guys?
Car Court.
Car Court. You know, you try it for 10 episodes or so, evaluate, kind of, you know, take a pause, do something, reevaluate, sort of see if it's worthwhile or not. But I want to try the podcast. I think we got some useful stuff to talk about. So, let me know what type of thing you guys would want to see on a podcast here, technically. What are some ways we could differentiate and kind of be different and unique in the car podcasting world and game? Yeah, because we're gonna shoot an episode this weekend. I don't know if it'll actually go live or if it'll just be a trial run. But yeah, so let us know.
I like that this giant 32-ounce water bottle actually fits
I do too.
so snugly in the seat, and I also like the size of the side mirrors.
100% agree.
Yeah. That's nice. This right here is really huge and really nice. I would just throw my phone.
Yeah.
I press that button.
Oh boy. DCR's Gamer says night live drive, show off the car's lights. It's actually a decent point.
That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Lucy's back. Glad to have ya. Joey said, I think it'd be interesting to start seeing some nighttime lighting drives and reviews. I think it would be cool to see some of these new lighting systems at night. Okay. That's honestly good feedback.
Would you want to see them with talking or without talking?
I assume he means like live drive, or yeah, live drive style.
A live drive.
Because, spoiler alert, if you guys didn't know, you can always just go to Winding Road channel to get night drives of all these vehicles, because I shoot those as well. Miran, when I get Panigale, I'll give it to you for a month after the break-in period ends.
That was a huge
awesome, Miran. I'm down. Like, I will.
Don't do that while I'm driving.
I will fly out and ride it back. We can do some riding or something. That'd be awesome.
Something bad happened.
Pittsburgh Man said she's reminiscing about her Passat.
Yep.
Lucy says, I'm trying to donate $1. There's always the Cash App, maybe. Maybe that'd work better for you as well. We're getting close to moderator status, Lucy, I promise. We're, you know, just stick with it a while longer and maybe it'll happen. Left. All right, we're gonna get wrapping things up. So if there are any last things you'd like us to point out, say, no, anything like that, let us know now.
Or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, or forever wait until we live drive again and then ask us then. You'll probably forget and we'll forget and then you'll never say it. Oh, it's just starting to rain, so actually, I'll do one quick walk around. Oh, it's not raining too hard yet. Come on, guys. You're not gonna melt. So Nathan, what are your final thoughts after driving the car?
Lightning. It reminds me of every other Volkswagen product. It's good. Doesn't amaze me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good car. It's a car.
Okay.
I'm not in love with it, but it does its job.
Liz, could you hop into a horn test real quick, please? That's the horn. Liz, your final thoughts?
It's too tall.
Too tall.
It's too big. I wish it was a little bit smaller. Getting into it, I want to show you guys. Because it was the first thing I noticed. Getting into it, these bolsters are just too hard. They're just really too hard. And when I get into it, that's the first thing my legs hit. And it's just such an awkward, and getting out once you're like in it. You're in it, and the floor, and then where the seat and the door is such a big wide space. I gotta like haul my entire body out. It's too much, too big.
Miran, it is raining, but I would say probably because those engines can sound amazing when they're piped up, and I think you know what I mean. Cool, thanks a lot everybody. Atlas Cross Sport, good car, except for the bolsters. And we'll see you on the next one. We're not gonna get soaked anymore. We're Alyssa, Nathan, and Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.